started off about 5 years ago, and it's just me and Lee just messing about with a couple of guitars.
I think we're looking to be like the next One Direction. I think that's our big thing.
We came with the name. We actually stole it from a lyric by a band called Destroyer. Yeah, we've all seen each other play in various other bands down the years, you know. So it's quite a strong community of bands in Derby. Yeah, we hang around quite a lot. Lee has cheese parties quite often. He likes his real ale as well, and Nathan loves real ale, so there's a bit of a common theme of food and drink amongst us. So.
I'm Nathan, I play bass. I'm the boring middle-aged one with kids and a full-time job who moans about things quite a lot.
I'm Lee. I just play anything that needs playing. We all met, and though it wasn't any sort of like mammoth sort of meeting. It was all sort of maybe like one by one, like, oh, we could have a noodle, and then, oh, so and so's bored, we could invite them, and it just kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then no one kind of stopped to think when we had enough, hence a very sort of big number in loose membership.
My name's Pete, and I've quite recently become the guitarist in Themakingof. D1's obviously it's the radio station for the University of Derby. It's like a student-run radio station, and my show is called D1 Introducing, which is the kind of remit of the show is to play upcoming unsigned UK music. The clues in the name sort of it introduces people to music that they wouldn't have heard of otherwise. It's all kind of under the radar, upcoming unsigned UK bands, and it's a social thing as well. I think, especially in Derby, kind of every band in Derby's friends with all the other bands in Derby. The Making Of's one band that I've been in, but I've been in a few bands in sort of locally throughout the years. I always try and say something positive about all the records that I play, because I play them because I like them. So I'll always say, you know, oh, that was a really good record, or really like that band. And I'd feel a bit weird if I played the Making Of track and then sort of said, oh, that was a really great record. It'd just feel a bit odd. So I try and sort of play stuff that's kind of that I can talk about in terms of, I'll try and play a band that's got a gig coming up or has just released something, so I can say, you know, I can use it as promotion for them and say, this is so-and-so who've just released a new album. It's an important channel because there's not a lot, I don't think a lot of people are aware how good, especially in terms of like Derby music, how good the scene is.
Like the very dynamic of it, it's just sort of a hodgepodge of. It's never been a main priority for everybody. It's always been a bit of a side project. It's a permanent side project. It's just nice to have a bit of a laugh with a bunch of people I would be hanging around with anyway.
It's very much a side project. I love playing with them. Play as many gigs as we get offered, really. I like to kind of write another album, but it's definitely a low-key sort of hobby, really, I guess.
It's just something to do to pass the time. It's amusing and enjoyable and all those kind of things. No, not serious at all. If we took ourselves seriously, we'd be idiots.
As I get older, I'm more than happy with the one band situation. We're all sort of like perfectly aware it's not we're trying to make any money out of it. We're like day jobs and what have you. So I don't know. See how it pans out. I might lose a hand or something on the way home. So yes. If we can arrange a practice and get all of us in a room, that seems like a small victory. So we'll just keep taking it week by week.
It's kind of a side band. It's like an amalgamation of lots of other Derby bands.
Our songs tend to be quite satirical, really. There's kind of something that bothers us, and we'll turn it into a song that's a bit tongue-in-cheek. This summer, I think we're going to do a third album, and hopefully a few gigs to support that.
My name's Rob. I exclusively drum in the making of. That's all I do. Admin and songwriting is left to Tom. But yeah, we all know each other. Pete, who's just recently joined the band. I know him quite well. I write for his online magazine called Hatch. Hatch magazine's an online promotions magazine. Really, it does a lot of other things as well. That's its main drive. It got born out of something called Creative Boom. So we promote people, local businesses, local medias, events, bands, all kinds of sort of stuff. We just started doing reviews. We're also going to start doing a monthly podcast, which Pete is going to run. You could basically, out of the 40 or so bands that are probably in Derby, there's probably about 5 members, just moved around in different ways. It's really inbred. I can't remember the last time I saw a Derby band that was made completely out of people I'd never seen before. We're an annual band in that we have one gig annually, and we have maybe 2 or 3 practices before that. The last time we all met as a band was, I think, last year for Indie Track, so last July. We haven't met since then, or played, or spoke. We spoke. Indie Tracks was fun. I've played it a few times in other bands. An amazing festival. It sets at Butterley train station in Ripley, which is nicer than it sounds. And it's full of just the most wonderful people. Yeah, we were surprised we picked to play it, to be honest. Because we'd not done any gigs before that. In fact, the reason we started playing gigs was because we got offered that to play, and we thought we should probably do some more before we have a go at Indie Tracks. I think we'll chutter along like this, really. There'll be an album every couple of years, and then we'll do a few shows for it, and then disband, join again. And effectively leave it like that, I think. We've made close to £4 each from the band. It's only about doing it for fun. There's no other real reason to ever do something like this.
But we would not be a serious band by any stretch of the imagination.